Telling your walking bipedal tank to not fall behind. Okay. Leotard bodysuit. She doesn't compare. She doesn't compete winter sports, so she's just showing off. It's really so the bodysuit. It's kind of more of a relic from the old movie where it's like she can just quickly strip down into it in order to access like full body optical camo. But the thing is, like, this isn't the original Ghost in the Shell timeline. Like, people can activate optical camo freely without needing to have while having clothes on. That was like a whole plot point of the original, well, not really a plot point, but it's like a whole dimension of the original movie where it's like, yeah, she literally just strips down ass naked on top of a tower in the first movie and then jumps off, and then yeah, she's invisible now. That was like a whole aspect of it, but these days it's like, no, literally like you can blink and you're invisible now, lol. You'll hear it say that a lot. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, looking at Kusanagi's ass, I'm not saying no to that, but in terms of actual design, I just like her wearing jeans more. I think she is a very beautiful woman, but I think trying to out and out horning her is like not the best way to go about it. Oh yeah, one other quick thing. You're gonna pressing down the D-pad when you have an enemy in front of you will actually enable like a what's it called? Well, enable like a weird soft lock-on kind of thing. It's really hard to describe. It's like it locks onto an opponent in front of you, but it's so loose. Like it's much more like somewhere between aim assist and rather than like a more so traditional like lock-on. You know what I mean? I know why it's in here. It's in here because of the fact that, you know, PSP, the developers know that the controls are not going to be amazing. So I guess it's a half decent compromise, but it's also just like, if you're going that far, maybe you shouldn't have just made a PSP first person shooter. Because I get it, you know, it's like every time you get a new console, dev's got to be pushing that hardware, but maybe at some point you should have thought better, but that's just me anyway. Anyway, Tachiko, you wanna not block the hallway, my guy? Maybe. Oh, there we go. Pick this up. All right, let's just go over here. Anyway, basic controls. R1's fire. Obviously, R on the original controls will be fire. L1 is jump, as in just the L button. Now, if you're using like a better controller that, you know, has more than 2 shoulder buttons, you can map things to your other shoulder buttons. I have not done so yet. I should probably do that at some point in time. Oh my god, it looks so bad. God, it takes you so long to reload sometimes. Ugh. Oh yeah, now here we don't have a 15 frames per second cutscene. We have a 30 frames per second one.
I finished bringing out every one of the hostages.
Did you learn anything?
Looks as though they were digging through papers all throughout the archives.
And throw the investigation into chaos.
I won't say that's not a possibility, but the all-important H88 report was left lying there looking like they read through it in a hurry.
If the enemy isn't after the report, what are they after?
Either way, our only option right now is to dig through this guy's brain.
Chief, I finally got an ID on the terrorists. These guys are ex-military. They're still running around with their unit ID codes left in their cyber brains. However, I came across traces of evidence indicating that their memories have been overwritten just prior to the assault.
So, someone cast a spell over them, huh?
If they're merely puppets, that means someone has to be hiding behind the curtain pulling the strings. Now we need to hear those strings done. At any rate, get back here.
Roger.
I'm not sure if that document's supposed to look like that from the outside. That might be artifacting from the emulator. A bomb? Bombs? You got him. That was such a generic explosion sound effect. I love it. Anyway, yeah, don't expect my hit percentage to ever really go above 40%. Usually, it bothers me. Usually in first-person shooters, I'm actually kind of a decent crack shot sometimes. But with these controls, it's really not great. It's kind of bad. Let's middle range 90%, short range 10%. Oh, that might be why it's so low. It's because combat 0, long range 0. That might have a hand in it. Anyway, also if you look on the top right there, you have something called loyalty. I'm pretty sure that goes for the Tachikoma, but I don't know what exactly it does. You know what I mean? I don't know how best to describe it. Basically, there's a lot of mechanics in this game whose ideas I am not sure what the idea is, but it certainly is there, I guess. Mission bonus D5 dual handgun. Dual handguns are cool. I will say that. It's God. Dual handguns are such a artifact of like the early 2000s. Thanks to such things as Tomb Raider and The Matrix.
You've created quite a mess. The media is looking at this from the historical conspiracy perspective, saying that this was an operation cooked up by the government or some military faction to conceal military secrets from 20 years ago.
Pretty sure this guy's Kirk Thorne.
Information concealed from them. So while they may feign righteous indignation right now, they'll forget about it as their daily lives offer more pressing concerns.
That doesn't sound like something that the chief of the Public Security General Affairs section would say. You're responsible for the handling of more top-secret information than anyone else. Anyway, why are you here? Are you here in your other role as chief of the JSDA Watch?
Yeah, some lines are definitely sped right through here to match lip flaps.
Russia ever since his days in the military. We kept him under surveillance even after his discharge, but just the other day he killed 2 of my men while trying to escape.
Oh boy, Russia.
I don't believe that he was the one who killed them.
I'm not saying that because of modern affairs, but Russia sells in the Ghost in the Shell universe basically plutonium to terrorist group in second gig.
Mr. Aramaki, I realize that your Section 9 is an independent agency that answers directly to the Prime Minister.
Oh, we are keeping that plot thread.
It's an offensive anti-crime organization that has the power and capability to intervene in any crime. But yours isn't the only public security outfit. This isn't some war zone. When you stop at nothing to meet your objectives, it causes a serious backlash for all public security personnel, myself included. I ask that you bear that in mind. This is a warning from the Public Security's head of General Affairs.
Who's that? You used to work at Police HQ and you don't know? That's the great Chiki Kanbei, Public Security Head of General Affairs. He's also in charge of the Self-Defense Army Surveillance Squad, aka JSDA Watch.
He's supposed to be keeping an eye on the military. What's he stuck his nose into this for?
He's a man who got to where he is in public security today by being utterly single-minded. He's headed in for Section 9 ever since we were founded. It's hardly surprising that he'd come here to butt in. But what has me more concerned is that as the spy sent in by the JSDA Watch 20 years ago, he was the man responsible for uncovering the attempted Far North Rebellion.
He caught Michiba?
Everyone who works in public security knows about it.
So, the great spy's been pursuing the terrorists who were after the H-88...
Good. More events in the universe that are mentioned offhand that we have, as the audience, have no idea about.
Something tells me that this isn't over yet.
So yeah, the cutscenes are good for the most part, save for the crippling frame rate and the fact that the subtitles in English don't like to line up at all. Ew. Also, I gotta lower the game audio a bit more in order to actually make voices more, audible. Ew. God, it really does take a second for these to kick in.
Should we land as planned at the Atorofu Support Police's heliport?
No, land at the civilian airfield we're using as a makeshift command post in Tachikoma hangar. I want to check over everything inside.
Roger.
Chief.
At the moment, Beru Tarube is being pegged by widespread acts of terrorism. But security for the ceremony and the guests will be assigned jointly. Both the 5th Army's 27th Division, which has a garrison here, and the Atorofu Support Police will be in charge of this. Our mission is to prevent the assassination of former Cabinet Minister Hiramo.
Have there been
Oh boy, we're already trying to prevent assassinations.
No.
But it was a long time ago when Hirama pushed for developing the Far North, back when he was Land Development Minister. Why would anybody threaten to kill him now? It doesn't make sense.
Publicly, Hiroma's retired from the party, but he's a big wheel who still has enough pull to meddle in political policy. He's got lots of enemies. It's not surprising that some of them would try to wipe him out and make it look like it had something to do with the Far North.
No, there's probably some significance to carrying out the assassination in Beru Tarube, and especially at the handover commemoration ceremony. For one thing, the people of the far north never recognized the theft of the full authority over their own reconstruction as a handover. Even a snot-nosed kid knows that the ceremony is nothing but a performance meant to entertain the political bigwigs who are still suppressing their rights. And that includes Hiroma.
At any rate, your top priority is to root out any and all terrorists prior to Hiroma's arrival. You are here to do whatever it takes to prevent his assassination. Understood?
Okie dokie. These scenes are adorable. Also, yeah, they have the actual models that you equip them with.
I bet we can find an AI from an early think tank model used in World War III for dirt cheap. Let's get one as a souvenir. Yeah, we promised to get something for the others back at the hangar. I can already tell you what's gonna happen if we run off on our own and come back with a brain case that's still online. The Major's gonna go get mad at us. The last time she got mad because we brought something back without asking. Well, after all, stealing is wrong. And besides, we're basically government equipment. Ooh, I overheard something a while ago. What? Everyone in Section 9 is talking about us. They're going on about how we've developed too much. What's bad about that?
Oh, good. This is like the third time we brought up this plot thread.
That we AIs have become too much like humans. But Mr. Bato's on our side, isn't he? I hate to say it, but Mr. Bato does whatever the Major orders him to. What do you think we should do?
Mommy.
It's very simple. From now on, we need to pay close attention to our actions, but we should also avoid any unnecessary talking in front of humans. In that case, I have a suggestion. From now on, whenever we talk, why don't we just use ultra-high frequencies?
This is so weird. It's retreading a lot of stuff that we actually go over in season 2.
Without further ado, I can hear something. Some people are talking. What's this? Shisamu has come again? What will it be this time? Shibashikuru or Kararaku?
God, I don't know what that means.
Ukotsuranke is out of the question? Huh?
Translator's note, please.
What's Ukotsuranke mean? I showed that crow is listed as the meaning of Shibashikuru. And Kararaku is the sound a crow makes. What's it going to be this time? The crow or the crow's call? What's that mean?
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat here. Oh, wow, we show you super early. I genuinely, I'll admit, the beginning of the game was a bit of a blur for me during the practice streams because we kind of bolt through it while I'm just flabbergasted by a lot of the presentation and the cutscenes. You know, frame rate, desync subtitles, mouth movement, etc.
So this is supposed to be our new home, huh? The hangar at Section 9 is way better.
Yeah, why does this just look like a regular, like, oldies airplane hangar? Oh, hi. Oh yeah, we're on a plot thread trying to like prevent him from being assassinated.
This is Brigadier General Cosmo. He's the commander of the 5th Army's 27th Division, which will be overseeing security at the ceremony in conjunction with the Etorofu Support Police.
Guys, it's a little bit annoying. So unfortunately, most everyone else does have models except for Ishikawa, Pazu, and Bulma. None of them have models, and it's kind of annoying. Like, Ishikawa should get one.
Division Staff Officer Kusumoto.
You know each other?
We both served in the same operation to take back the far north, which had been occupied. The Major and her team drew the enemy away from our forces in Nemero. You might say that thanks to their efforts, we were able to achieve our victory there.
I'm going to assume the retaking the far north probably refers to that war that happened a few years beforehand. I think it actually was like World War IV according to them. Let's see. If I was going through Second Gate, they actually elaborate a lot on the world as it is. World War III to them apparently happened in 2020 and was nuclear. World War IV happened 2028, I think, 2030, and was not nuclear. It's just very fucking funny when you think about it like that.
I apologize if I've touched a nerve.
Our duty is to keep the ceremony safe. We will spare no effort to assist you. I have just one word of warning for you and your men, Major. We're no longer attached to the same organization. I expect you to refrain from making unauthorized contact with any military personnel. You're also prohibited from entering military facilities. If you can't give me your word that you'll abide by this, I won't be able to guarantee your safety.
Alex in chat, how we skipped 2020 improved SAC wrong. Yeah, no kidding. The only thing that happened in 2020 was a fucking plague.
I'll send you all the information we have on the terrorists.
It's just very funny because like the future that the past looked at turned out just continuously turning out to be wrong. It's just very funny.
To use our training dome. Please feel free to use it if you like. I'll have one of my men give you the location later. If you have any questions about something that turns up in the course of your investigation, contact us on our frequency. My men will see to it. Any questions?
None.
I wish you good luck.
You know, I just saw something. I wonder if like the inspiration for these models wasn't taken from like Metal Gear Solid 2 or
Not the
something.
nicest guy in the world, is he?
More so in the lighting.
Right. Bring up the fact that he served under General Michiba and the guy completely loses it.
Nevertheless, you mustn't forget that if it weren't for him, we wouldn't have been able to recapture the Far North.
My God, you can just feel the crow's feet on Aramaki's face.
Dome, so the fellow can't be all bad. If he's putting himself at our disposal, it would only be polite for us to take him up on it.
The shield clipping into its face.
The Tachikoma's right. Don't focus on anything else. For now, just concentrate on your own mission.
Now that's more like it. Okay, then let's get right to it and go on patrol in Berutaru Bay.
You just want to gain experience points is more like it.
All right, fine. It's obvious that standing around here won't get anything done. Everyone grab a Tachikoma. We're heading out. We're going into Berutaru Bay.
You just want to get experience points. Dude, people in Resident Evil will kill each other to get combat data for some POWs. Jesus. Oh, man. Okay, so here's where things do open up a little bit. Basically, at certain points in the missions, when you go between chapters, you are able to actually tackle multiple missions at once. And it's kind of cool, but also kind of fucking annoying at times. Particularly when you try to navigate these. Ugh, Jesus Christ. Maximilian, what's up in the chat? New person, sweet. So, where are we going to start? Rescue kidnapped victim and extract information from the maid android. That's a little bit on the rough side, but not too bad. This one is a subway station. Oh, this one's a little bit annoying. This one should be just a straight up neutralized terrorist rescue for Amir. Oh, this one's a stealth mission of sorts. So we're going to start with this one, because this is the least ridiculous. Extract information from the main android. So, extracting information from the main android, this one is going to require you to have at least one, I think, non-lethal means. So, luckily, one cool thing about this game is that every character, when you start, they're immediately default equipped with like a stun weapon of some sort, which is really, really handy. I'm not going to mince words about that one. Anyway, so let me go see where my... Do I have access to a dual pistol of that one variant? Should be down the bottom, I think. Yeah, there it is. Hell yeah. Again, is it important? No. Is it cool? Oh, absolutely. Like, in a non-ironic way, kinda, yeah. Again, reminder, the condition to get these is just walk into a mission with only a handgun equipped, but doesn't matter if you pick up more weapons when you complete it. So basically, your main character only have handguns, but then you can jump into the Tachikoma literally at any point in time, and you'll be good to go. So pretty cool. For Batso here is definitely a little more of a heavy side. M7 HP, I think that is, yeah, M5s. By the way, I'm not a gun nut by any stretch of the imagination, so a lot of these I'm not gonna know too much about. Let's see. I play Resident Evil. That's the most experience with gun I possess, unfortunately. Okay, so just go with this. And for Tachikoma, this level's a little more on the narrow side, so I'm going to go more the balanced one. As well as the fact that there are grunts that attack you, but trying to neutralize the robot droid is a little bit more pertinent. So let's just go ahead and start.